Well, folks, it's official. This week, we just reached 100 total subscribers. Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Parkside Merchant channel. I wanted to do a brief video today to talk a little bit about the big milestone, right, of the week, which is achieving 100 subscribers here on the channel. Now, I do intend to do a 100 subscriber special, probably over the weekend. We'll do some an opening of some kind and maybe some giveaways to kind of commemorate the occasion here. But I did want to just do a brief video to kind of give you some of my thoughts and reflections on the performance of the channel thus far, and give you a little bit of detail on my vision for the next couple of months of activity on the channel. Just to start off, huge thank you, folks, to all the subscribers, all the folks that are following this channel. I am very, very appreciative of all the comments, all the feedback. The channel would not be where it is today, right, without each of you and your support for the channel and your regular comments and feedback about content, things that you want to see, ideas for videos that you want me to try to cover off on. So huge thanks to all of you. It's been a really fun time over the past couple months here. I know we've done some fun giveaways. We've had some very entertaining and interesting video ideas that we've been able to deliver on here over the past couple of months. So it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody's support thus far, and I look forward to continuing to provide you guys with content and perspective and insight and all this sort of stuff that I feel like the channel's providing some value, right, and providing some interesting perspective. I think next up, I wanted to give you all kind of a recap into a couple of key highlights from our channel's performance thus far, just to give you some transparency and visibility into how the channel is performing and how we're tracking, I guess, on some of the key indicators that people like to talk about when it comes to YouTube. It is worth bearing in mind that our channel is still pretty new. We just kicked off in mid-January with our first video, so I've only been doing this for like a couple of months. I'm still pretty much a novice when it comes to YouTube. So a couple of highlights in terms of our performance. We kicked off this channel in mid-January, folks, just a couple of months ago. And in that time, we have a library now of over 60 videos, very deep volume of lots of interesting content. And I've tried to cast a wide net with respect to the types of videos that I'm making so that there's hopefully something for everyone. So if you are new to our channel, I do recommend that you kind of flip through some of the stuff that we've done. There may be some things in there that are particularly interesting to you, depending on what sort of stuff you care about and what your interests are. A couple of highlights on our performance. So over the past couple of months since January, we've had just over 3,700 views on our videos, which is pretty good. That's several thousand views. That's not terrible for a couple of months on YouTube. 25% of our viewership are subscribers. So I'm a little disappointed with that, right? I would hope to have like, I don't know, like maybe 50% of the people that watch our videos are subscribed, or maybe 40%, 25% or less. I think it's actually less. It's like 23 or 24%. Basically means the majority of people watching this stuff are not subscribed. So I would kindly ask you, if you're enjoying this content, please feel free to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date on my uploads and that you can track the channel's progress more directly. We've got over 37,000 impressions over the past couple of months. We've logged over 270 hours of watch time with an average watch length of about 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Now, I've done some research on this, and it seems like that's actually pretty average. Most YouTube channels, even the big ones, are usually trying to get like 4 to 5 minutes or so of watch time per video. So I take that as a pretty good indicator, right? We're retaining, and that's average, right? It means some people are watching the videos all the way to the end. Some of them are going to watch and just click for a couple minutes or a couple seconds or whatever, which is fine. Something I'm actually pretty proud of here actually is the click-through rate. So we've got a 6.7% CTR on our channel, which is pretty good. My understanding on YouTube is that anything that's like in the 4 to 10% ballpark is considered average. So I'm okay with a 6.7%. That's not terrible. I think as we continue to make more videos, right, the algorithm gets smarter about who to try and share your thumbnails with, depending on what they like to watch. So I would assume that over the next couple of months, that CTR rate is probably going to stay pretty solid. Could even improve as the algorithm gets better and better at determining where to try and position our content on YouTube with what kind of audiences. So a couple of quick reflections on the past couple of months. You may have noticed that I have stopped doing a lot of the daily uploads. When we first started, I was doing over a month or so of daily uploads. It's exhausting, folks. I mean, I have nothing but admiration for the people that manage to do these daily uploads while having a full-time job. I mean, it is a very difficult thing to do when it comes to coming up with ideas for your content, editing your videos, publishing your videos. It's just a lot of work, and I was getting kind of exhausted doing the daily uploads. And honestly, in full disclosure, the content, I was kind of running out of ideas to keep it interesting on a daily basis. So I feel like some of the video quality and some of the topics were getting kind of silly and just not as interesting. So I've dialed down a little bit on the volume of videos, like how many I'm publishing, to try and make sure I'm a little bit more thoughtful and deliberate about the quality of the content. So that's for you all. For those of you that like daily uploads, maybe I'll, let me know in the comments if you really miss the daily uploads, and I can think about maybe trying to do that again. But it is exhausting, and it takes a toll on you having to do all this recording and all these edits and all this stuff. So I'm going to try to walk back a little bit from that frequency of upload cadence. I have been very much sensitive to the feedback around runtime. You've probably noticed my videos now have all been about 10 minutes or so or less in length. I've tried to cut back on the videos that are like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. That's just to make this more consumable and digestible for folks. And I've also been trying to keep things very on topic. So I've done a couple videos that have gotten a little bit outside the world of collectibles and eBay, trading cards, but I'm trying to keep the channel very focused on the subject matter that we all care about. As far as future plans for the channel, you're going to see more of the same. I'm going to keep doing what we're doing. If you've got a formula that works well, if you've got viewership that enjoys what you're putting out, then you may as well continue kind of down that journey and continue doing what you're doing. So let me know in the comments if there's other stuff you'd like to see or things you'd like me to do differently. But I anticipate the next several months of the channel's content is going to be very similar to the kinds of things that we've been talking about, and the overall style and just the overall presentation aspect of things that I've been using the past couple of months. So future plan, simply stated, you're going to see a lot more of the same. We have a formula that is successful on this channel, so I'm going to basically keep doing what we're doing, but let me know in the comments if there's new content or things that you'd like to see done differently, and I'll try to take that feedback into consideration as I map out the next couple months of content. I am going to continue to try to keep the channel focused on collectibles, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, sports cards to a lesser extent, eBay. I talk a lot about eBay. That's going to be the front and center focus for the channel, with occasional drift into other topics here and there. I'm going to continue to try to keep the channel as kind of an original take on the collector's channel. Again, I'm not trying to be a copycat YouTuber here. You'll notice I do some openings and mail openings. I don't really get too into like the box breaks and pack breaks and things like that. We will do some more of that sort of stuff. But I try to keep it more commentary focused, and I try to talk about stuff that I feel like a lot of the other YouTubers aren't talking a ton about. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep pushing out the content, the type of content that we've been successful with to date. I will tell you that some of our most successful videos in the past couple months have been particularly controversial or have addressed topics that are somewhat controversial issues or sensational issues. And so I expect I'm going to do a couple more of those kinds of videos in the future, just to kind of keep people's attention, draw in new audience, and draw in more viewership. I had one video that was promoted by the algorithm that accounts for over something like half of my views on the channel come from one video that got promoted by the algorithm because it was interesting and it had some controversial stuff in it. So I'm going to probably do some more of that, feed the algorithm what it wants, right? So that you can get your channel to scale. The last thing I'll say is there are going to be some very big announcements in the works. Huge announcements, folks. Huge announcements, some huge videos that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months that are going to be very, very entertaining. So stay tuned. There's more to come. So I think that's all for the video, folks. Thanks again for watching. This is the Parkside Merchants channel, and we'll see you next time.